Understanding our constitutional rights is important, especially for landowners.
A group known as the Northwest Landowners hosted a conference which wrapped up today in Bismarck. Organizers say they wanted property owners to have some good information to take home.
We see corporate America using the eminent domain, the quick take, onto our property. So we wanted to get a meeting put together with the best of the best from across the nation.
The Northwest Landowners Association discussed landowners' Fourth Amendment and Fifth Amendment rights. The Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution states, quote, "Private property shall not be taken for the use of or ownership by any private individual or entity unless that property is necessary for conducting a common carrier or utility business." Sure, wind, water, solar, oil, and CO2 can bring a lot of opportunities to our state. However, it can also raise concerns and problems with those who own the land that these projects are taking place on.
We are not looking to the Republican side or the Democratic side. We're united in the property rights fight, the citizen rights, and it's all of those fundamental rights of our country that we believe in.
The Fifth Amendment states in part, quote, "Nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation." This is talking about eminent domain, which is a common concern amongst landowners because of the carbon pipeline. The CO2 pipeline was a big topic at the conference.
And I'm fighting for them just as hard as I would fight for myself.
Mark Lapka is a generational farmer from Leola, South Dakota, and he and his family have been directly affected by the carbon pipeline. He says that he has spent thousands of hours over the last few years to fight this project because this is how he knows best to take care of his family.
It makes you really upset at the beginning. Who wouldn't? Because as was discussed here today, property is just not necessarily land. It's the clothes on your back. It's your house. It's your car. What if somebody came and took your car away from you and simply gave you $500 and you didn't want to do it? You would still feel violated.
Lapka also says that because he comes from a generational farm, it's more than just a numerical value. To him, you can't just put a price on tradition. So what's next for those like Lapka?
Well, the compromise really seems to look like a lot of concessions made on our part while we don't get anything in return. And like I said, it's never been about the money, it's been about maintaining our property rights. The only way to maintain property rights is to take eminent domain off the table, period, and then we can possibly have a discussion going forward.
For now, the fight continues for some Northwest landowners, but conferences like this help everyone feel heard and understood. They can collaborate and expand knowledge on their rights about how to move forward.
The North Dakota Public Service Commission will meet once again to discuss the SCS carbon dioxide pipeline. That meeting will happen next Friday at 3 o'clock at the state capitol. And to read more about the Northwest Landowners Association, you can go to kxnet.com.